Hi everybody, Jillian here to share with you a new Bible journaling process video using the May Faith Art Box from Creative Retreat. Today I am going to do an entry exclusively with the stamp set, and I'm really excited about this. I've got a bunch of different ink pads here that match the colors in the kit. So in order to use these clear stamps, you are going to need an acrylic block because they cling to it, and that's how you get the impression on your page. And so because there are 4 colors here and only 3 flowers, I'm going to be stamping different colors with the same stamp. And so I'm going to use a baby wipe intermittently to get off any residual ink from the stamp and the block, just to clean it and make sure that my stamps don't transfer color when I don't want them to. So that's it. It's gonna be really quick and simple, but I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys on fast forward and get started now. So the first thing that I'm going to do is get some just plain scrap paper that's off on the side of my desk, and I want to create a mask because I want to stamp these flowers all around the sentiment that I'm going to stamp down in the middle of the page. And so what I decided to do was just pull out some black ink, and then I want to spell out the sentiment, life worthy of Jesus. And I had pre-cut a shape that I thought would work, but then immediately realized that this Jesus stamp wouldn't fit on there. So I decided instead to just go back to the entire scrap of white paper and then stamp out the phrase that I wanted and then go ahead and cut it so that I made sure that it fit on there. I ended up going for this like wonky egg shape. So I don't recommend doing this part. I'm going to take a tape runner and lightly adhere it into the middle of my page. Now you'll see at the end, I couldn't get up all of the tape runner residue, so I would recommend instead taking some washi tape, putting it on the back of your hand to get off some of the adhesive, and then kind of folding it into a loop, making it double-sided washi tape, and then adhering that onto, and adhering the mask onto your page that way, just so you don't have the same experience that I did. Now I'm sped it up really quickly here because all I'm doing is stamping the same shape in different colored inks and moving them around the page. So I'm being really careful not to put two colors right next to each other, and I'm just trying to keep it interesting. I have 4 different colors here, so I go in with the same color 2 separate times just to make sure that it's not concentrated in any one area. I started off using the branches in only this green color, but then decided to switch it up and use some aqua just so it was a little more interesting. And then I just fill in the spaces. So start with the larger stamps and then you finish with the smaller stamps, and that way you can make sure that every little space is clear. I also recommend putting some kind of Bible mat or cardstock or something under your page to give you a solid surface while you're stamping. And I showed you the back of the page there so you could see what the bleed through was like. There was absolutely no bleed through with these inks. So here you can see I'm having a little bit of trouble getting up the adhesive, and so the dirt on my finger or something stained the adhesive and I couldn't get it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and do my best to stamp over it so that you can't see it. It's certainly not going to be the first thing you notice on the page. It is visible if you were to go looking for it, but it doesn't bother me. So I'm actually in Colossians chapter 1 verses 9 to 14, and it says, "For this reason, since the day we heard about you, we have not stopped praying for you. We continually ask God to fill you with the knowledge of His will through all the wisdom and understanding that the Spirit gives, so that you may live a life worthy of the Lord and please Him in every way, bearing fruit in every good work, growing in the knowledge of God, being strengthened with all power according to His glorious might, so that you may have great endurance and patience, and giving joyful thanks to the Father who has qualified you to share in the inheritance of His holy people in the kingdom of light. For He has rescued us from the dominion of darkness and brought us into the kingdom of the Son He loves, in whom we have redemption and forgiveness of sins." That is so cool. The verses behind it basically just spell out what it means to live a life worthy of Jesus. And that's it. Here's a finished look at the page along with a couple of close-ups. If you're interested in checking out the May Faith Art Box, I've got it linked in the description below. See you next time.